Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Jesse Nyberg here. Super excited to get into this desk setup / office tour thing video. And I see a lot of these online around YouTube, and I always thought they'd be super fun to make. I'm excited to get into it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun going over all the things I have. Everything I mentioned I'm going to throw in the description, so if you want to check out the products. And with that being said, let's get into it. I mean, no other place to start really besides the desk. So I'm really happy with this desk compared to my old one. This is actually the IKEA Idason desk, and I got it when I moved into this new apartment. And the reason I really was looking for something like this, like really large surface area, nice heavy wood, is because my old desk was like a weird L-shaped curved glass desk, and it wasn't very sturdy. It didn't have a lot of surface area. The distance from like me to the end of the desk was very short, so the monitors took up like all the space, so you're really cramped with your keyboard and everything. So the thing I like about this desk is the wood is super nice. I like the color, kind of based around some of the other elements in my office around this dark wood. It looks so nice. I almost didn't want to put this mouse pad on it, but kind of had to at the end of the day just for usability case. Another good thing about this desk is it comes in also a sit stand version, so it's all just based off the actual metal part under that you get. The countertop can be anything, but I just decided to go with the one they had at IKEA also. But if you are going to go for the sit-up stand desk, it's actually going to be, I think, almost double the price, but I'll link that below. Idason IKEA desk. And the one thing I really like about this desk is the below. It has this cord control carriage thing. And yeah, my cord control could be a little bit better, but it's leaps ahead of what I had before. Everything was just on the carpet. So this is kind of nice. I shove everything in there. I actually mounted this surge protected power strip under, so I can plug everything right into there, and it's all kind of somewhat neat and organized. And so the main thing that goes on top of my desk is my PC. This is a custom built PC, and I got all the parts from Micro Center over here in Orange County. Super cool store if you're somewhat local. It's in Tustin, I believe, so definitely check that out. I went there, put this all together, and this is kind of my reintroduction to PC. I used to use it as a kid, but I wanted to get into a little bit more gaming on the computer, as well as I needed more power. My MacBook wasn't cutting it. So I kind of had to give up my elitism Mac morals and finally get a PC, but it works very well, and I wouldn't have been able to afford the amount of RAM and graphics I have in this PC if I were to buy a Mac. Now on to one of my favorite pieces of this setup is actually my keyboard. This is a Varmillo 104 key mechanical keyboard with cherry brown switches. I really like the brown ones. They have a nice feel, and they're not super loud, but they still give you that nice like haptic touch and sound. I love this keyboard. It's really cool because it actually has a calculator function. It's a little gimmicky, but it's kind of cool just to have like a little monitor like that. And so I took off the original keycaps and I actually replaced them with these really cool Gundam keycaps from Mobile Suit Gundam. Took a while to replace them all, but I think it was worth it in the end. I really like how it turned out. One of my favorite pieces of this keyboard is actually the escape key. It's a custom one I got off Etsy. It's like brushed aluminum, and it just feels super premium. And this keyboard's nice because it actually has lighting, and you can adjust it with just the keys. So when it gets dark in my room, I'll turn on the lights. In the daytime, I'll turn them off. Next to my keyboard, I run the glorious Model O mouse. I bought this when I was gaming a lot more because, as you can see with the holes, it's super light. It's really easy to move around. But realizing as I work on stuff every day, it's actually good for that as well because it doesn't cramp your hand as much. It's very smooth. The only thing that I think some people may not like about it is it's not wireless, but none of my stuff is wireless when it comes to keyboard and mouse because I like not having to deal with the charging, and I like the low latency. So probably one of the most important things for a graphic design setup or anyone working in the creative industry, as well as some gaming stuff, is the monitors. So I'm really happy with this monitor. I have the Acer Predator. It's a 27-inch 4K, and it's 144 Hertz. So it's great for gaming. There's like no latency. It's like 1 millisecond. It's really nice. Just it's so smooth when moving around stuff in Photoshop. The cursor never has a delay to it. The only thing I didn't like is the stock of it. Where the stock stand it came on, it took up so much space on the desk. It came out like this, and it was kind of overkill. That's why I actually bought these monitor arms. So I got these hydraulic monitor arms over on Amazon, and they've been amazing. So for any dual monitor setup, I think it's a must. Moving to this, it freed up so much space for me to work and just have a clean environment. My other side monitor is an older BenQ 1080 monitor. I like it. It's a little old. I'm thinking of upgrading it soon, but it worked for when I played on Xbox. It worked for some PC gaming early on, and it works for my side monitor. I mostly just use it for messaging, watching videos and stuff, and doing all the main work on the Predator. The reason I like working on the 4K monitor is the color's great. There's really no glare to it, and I can really see how stuff will look on like max resolution. Alright, so let's get into audio. This is one of my favorite parts of my desk setup. It's all powered through this audio interface, which is the Focusrite Scarlett TI2. I looked around all online. This kind of seemed like one of the more common ones to get. It's popular, it's fairly priced. And actually, when I went to Guitar Center to first buy it, the guy said that they had them in the front as if like you were just on your way out buying a candy. They had Focusrites there because so many people were buying them when COVID started. The cool thing about this is it has dual channels, so I have the line going out to my bookshelf speakers, which are mounted up here through these Amazon bookshelf mounts. They're awesome. They're the Edifier speakers. I used to use them for my record player setup back here until I got those clips. Those are super nice, by the way. So the Edifiers are nice because they look cool. I took the faceplate off. They have a really nice kind of vintage look. The wood is close to the kind of wood and different vibes that I have in the room. Also, my room is somewhat treated by all these audio panels, so having these big speakers and having some stuff for the sound to bounce off of and also be contained is nice. It's not a fully treated like studio room, but it helps with some background noise cancellation, and it makes everything sound a little bit nicer and fuller in here. And then the other end coming out is actually these studio headphones. These are the Beyerdynamic DDT 770s. These are insanely comfortable. I actually found them through the Your Mom's House Tom Segura podcast. That's what they use. They have velour earmuffs. They're super nice and noise canceling, and they're really light, so they're easy to take around if you want to use them on the go. If you have the money to buy a little bit more expensive headphones, I highly recommend these. The last thing coming out of my audio setup is right here. It's my mic. This is the RE320. It's kind of the little brother to the RE20, which is one of the most famous broadcast mics there is. This is kind of like what I would put as like the main competitor to the Shure SM7B. All the really popular mic you see like Joe Rogan, Mark Maron, a lot of podcasters like that using. However, it didn't really work for me in my environment. I like this one more. I really like the look of the exposed kind of grill. It has a nice shape to it. And overall, I think it went well with my setup. And it's just connected to this heavy duty boom arm that I got from Amazon. I don't quite remember the brand, but I will link it below. So what is a good desk setup without a nice chair? This chair I have here is the Steelcase Leap V2. This chair is super nice. It's by far the nicest chair I've ever owned. It's insanely overpriced. It's like over $1,000. However, I will actually say that it's probably worth it after having it, but I actually got an amazing deal on it. I got it for like $250 because when COVID was happening a lot heavier, you know, all these offices were closing and people were wholesaling like the Herman Miller chairs, these Steelcase ones, a lot of popular chairs. So I was able to buy one because people were just getting rid of them because their offices were shutting down or moving. So I got really lucky. I like this chair because it's insanely adjustable and very comfortable. It's good for working because it provides like good posture. It has good support in your back. It's nice for sitting up straight. It's also good for leaning back when I want to watch TV or something. It goes back pretty far and it's nice and comfortable, and it's easy to move around. It's not super heavy. And one of my favorite things about it is the armchair adjustments. They move around like more than any other chair I've ever had. You can tilt them to the side, bring them forward, bring them back. So it's really good for like proper ergonomics and how you're supposed to be sitting at a desk. So the last main thing to talk about is I have my camera. It's an older Sony A5100. I want to upgrade it once I get a little bit more cash, but it works for now and I like it. It's easy to use. I hook it up with this HD capture card to the computer. So I record right through the PC, which is nice because it makes it so everything just stores right to there and I don't have to transfer it with an SD card or anything. It's a really chill camera. I like it, and I use this big newer light. It's kind of like a streaming light. Works for me. It's a nice big panel and I feel like it looks pretty good, and you can actually clamp it to the desk, which is really nice. Some of the smaller peripheral things I have around the desk are these Edison light bulbs. I got them recently. I really like how they feel. They give a nice orange like warmness to counteract this really white light. So as you can see, it's really nice and chill in here when I don't have the huge light on, and this is kind of how I work when I'm working alone. Some of the smaller things I have are around the desk are this little plant. It's fake, it's from IKEA, but just the color green kind of helps. It gives a nice little organic feel. You know, I have these nice coasters that I got on Amazon. Nothing big, nothing crazy, but sometimes I have drinks all over my table, so it's nice to have more than one for water, coffee, whatever it may be. And then one little thing that I really like is this spinnable kind of pencil holder. It's a weird little like thing I got online. It's like a revolver almost, and it's just kind of cool, and it organizes my pencil. The last little decoration I have is just this Todoroki figure. Used to have it in the back, but I kind of wanted to look at it myself, so my inner weeb took over and I placed it on top right there, and it made room for my lights, so it all worked out. Everybody, thank you for watching. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you think I should get to improve this setup. I've included everything below with links to Amazon and the other sites you can buy everything. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Hope you want to see more videos like this. If you do, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.